Time Chronicles, Beyond the Door, by Roger Kent, Alice Bracha, and David Hunt. The story so far. At the school fair, Nadim buys the box that once had the magic key inside it. When a sinister man tries to get it, Mr. Mortlock, the school caretaker, prevents him. Who is Mr. Mortlock? Why does he call the man the enemy? And why is the box so important? And what will happen when the children run through the door that suddenly appear in the landscape? Chapter 1. What were the children thinking as they ran through the door? Their minds were racing. How could a man disappear in a shower of spark before their eyes? Was he even human? Wilma checked that everyone had made it. We are all safe, and Frothy too. Thank goodness, she breathed. Nadim still held the box that the man had tried to snatch from them. Where are we, and what do we do now? He asked. They were in an empty hallway with doors leading off it. Let's try the first door, said Chip nervously. They pushed the door open and stepped into a bathroom full of exhibits on display. It's like a museum, gasped Kipper. Everything looked strangely familiar. A robot, a Viking ship, and a lorry with a huge mirror on the back. In the center of the room was a rocket ship. From the ceiling hung a biplane with a yellow body and blue wings. Dresses and costumes hung on racks around the walls. This is amazing, gasped Biff. These are from adventures we had with the magic key when we were younger. This robot was in Storm Castle, cried Nadim. The biplane was in the Blue-Eyed Adventure, said Wolf. And there's the Rainbow Machine. There is something weird about all this, said Biff. Why are these things in here? I don't understand it. Nina said what they were all thinking. Magic Key adventures were often scary, but they are fun. When the key glowed, we came back. This is different. What if something has gone wrong? Well, it must have something to do with this old box, said Nadim. We found the magic key in the box, said Kipper. That man wanted the box, but Mr. Mortlock jabbed him. So the Hornet Man, this box, and Mr. Mortlock and the magic key are all connected in some way, said Nadim. But how? Let's go back to the hallway and try another door, suggested Wolf. Chapter 2. As they went back to the hallway, Floppy growled. A door was opening. It was the door they had come through from the park. The children gasped. Mr. Mortlock was running through the doorway. There was a flash of light and the door slammed shut. But it was not Mr. Mortlock. It was an old man. He had long white hair. His skin was leathery and lined. He smiled at them kindly, his blue eyes looking wise but sad. Who are you? Gasped Wilma. You look like Mr. Mortlock, but our school caretaker, but only much older. I am a time guardian. My name is Mortlock. The old man replied. We are in the time boat. Outside here, I turn into Mr. Mortlock, the school caretaker. I have worked at your school for many years to protect you from danger. Danger? Exclaimed Nadim. Is it to do with the man who exploded in the park? But he wasn't a man at all, was he? Why was he so keen to get his hands on this box? You're right, said Miss Mortlock. The man was not a human. All of this had to do with the box you are holding, Nadim. Kipper remembered the exhibits on display in the other room. So you're behind the magic key adventures, he said. Yes, they were a test, said Mortlock, and you were resourceful, brave, and clever. I could not have hoped for more. Biff was angry. A test for what? Magic Key adventures were exciting. What happened today was horrible. Mr. Mortlock held up his hand. I am sorry. This must be quite a shock for you all, but I need your help. Come with me. What I have to show you will make everything clear. Chapter 3. Murloc led them into a laboratory. A huge bat made of thick glass was connected to a triangle of tubes and wires. Inside it was an inky darkness, blacker than anything the children had ever seen before. Flashes and sparks shot through the blackness like lightning in a storm. "In this bat is the enemy," said Murloc. "Byrons." Kipper felt the hair rise up on the back of his head. "The man you met today was a Byron," Murloc went on. "He was not human. He was made of the dark energy you see and hear. The Byron's aim is to destroy history and bring about darkness and confusion. As a Time Guardian, I protect time by seeking out Byrons and trapping them. What you see inside this vat is more terrible than you can imagine. It cannot be destroyed. It has to be trapped and must never escape." The children shuddered. An icy chill ran through them. Fluffy looked at the dark vessel, lifted his head, and howled. "Let's not stay here," said Murloc. Chapter 4. Murloc took them to a huge library. It had shelves of books that went up to the tall ceiling. The books were all bound in polished leather. Some did not have titles. They had a date on the spine with some strange letters and symbols. Along the wall were cabinets with hundreds of tiny drawers. A log fire burned cozily at the far end of the room. The children sat on comfortable leather chairs, and Fluffy lay on the thick carpet in front of the fire and fell asleep. Murloc sank into a chair, wiped his forehead with a handkerchief, leaned forward, and began. "You are my only hope," Murloc said. "I need you to go on a mission. It will be difficult and dangerous. I want you to travel back in time and bring back the time web. We have the box already, but there are 3 more parts that must be brought here." "What is the time web?" asked Nina. "It is an ancient machine. It acts like an eye looking into the past. It tells us where the Byrons are attacking time. Without it, we cannot look back in history to see where they are. We need the time web so we can travel back in time to stop them. However, if they get hold of any part of the time web before us, we can never defeat them." Murloc's pale eyes burned into them. "And today, as you saw, a Byron almost succeeded." Nadine gulped. He held out the old box, which he had not let out of his sight. "So, this is a part of the time web?" he gasped. "Right," said Murloc. Chapter 5. From a chest, Murloc took out a diagram. The time web looks like this. See, it has 4 parts. The hub is a bit like the hard drive of a computer. The matrix is like the keyboard, and the cell gives the time web its power. The old box is this case which connects it all together. "But how does it work?" asked Kipper. "It's like a very strange and ancient computer," explained Murloc. "It links you to the past, rather like a computer links you to the internet. So when the Byrons attack the past and you try to change it, the time web can tell you where they are," suggested Nina. "No wonder the Byrons want to get hold of it." "But we had the box ever since we found the magic key," said Biff. "So it's been lost for years. If it's so important, why didn't you look after it?" Murloc smiled. "Ah, not lost. It was hidden. I can think of no safer place than in your hands. The other parts of the time web are hidden in history. Your task will be to find them." "If we go on this mission to bring back these parts, how will we know where to look?" Nadine asked doubtfully. "And how dangerous will it be?" asked Kipper. "Will we need Byrons?" "You'll know where to look when you get there," said Murloc. "But the Byrons are getting close. You may have to outwit them." "Do the Byrons all look the same?" asked Nina. She shuddered when she thought of the terrible man they had met that afternoon. "No," replied Mr. Murloc gravely. Most of them look like ordinary people, but Byrons can give up this feeling of coldness and darkness and like that man did, cried Kipper. As the oldest, Roland felt responsible, so she spoke for them all. I think we'll all agree to go, she said. They all nodded. Then every second is precious, said Murlock. He jumped to his feet and ran from the library. The children followed. As the library door banged shut, Fluffy opened one eye, yawned, and went back to sleep. Chapter 6. The children rushed after Murlock. He led them along winding passages, downstairs, and then down a flight of stone steps. As they went deeper, the steps grew narrow and uneven. The air smelled like damp and earthy, as if they were in some ancient vault deep underground. At last they came to a heavy wooden door. Murlock pushed it open and beckoned them through. It was a circular room with doors evenly spaced around it. Each door had a key in it. In the center of the room was a huge hourglass, almost as tall as Kipper. This is a circuitarium, announced Murlock, an ancient means of time travel. It would choose which of you will go and where in time you will travel. As there are 3 parts of the time web to get, only 3 doors will work. Murlock took the box that Nadine was still holding. He told each of them to choose a door, then flipped the hourglass upside down. And once tiny specks of bright light began to flow into the lower chamber of the hourglass, the circuitarium began to spin. The doors seemed to merge into one. Then the spinning stopped. Biff and Chip were still in the room. They had been left behind. 3 doors had opened. Wilf, Wilma, Kipper, Nadim, and Nina had gone. I don't understand, cried Biff. Why were we left behind? Murlock shook his head. You are not chosen, he said. Now we must leave this task to the others and wait. He pointed at the hourglass. The bright specks of light had already filled a quarter of the chamber. The others will soon be back, he explained, and here as time is squeezed. What will seem like hours to them will pass here in moments. Are you sure the circuitarium will work? asked Chip anxiously. It will, said Murlock, but who has gone where and whenever they will succeed, I do not know. We can only wait and hope. Biff looked at Chip. What on earth had they got themselves into? Now what? What other rooms might be behind the many doors in the time vault? Why did Murlock, the time guardian, pretend to be the school caretaker? What is in the time web, and what will happen if the Byrons get hold of it? If Byrons can look like ordinary people, how will the children recognize one? Who has gone where, and will they succeed? Find out by reading any of the following: The Jewel in the Hub, The Matrix Mission, or The Power of the Cell. Every second is precious, so hurry! Time Guardian. Is Murlock human? No, he is an ancient being, able to change his appearance and identity. How many Time Guardians are there? In the struggle to defeat the Byrons, it seems only Murlock is left. Why doesn't Murlock fight the Byrons? Too risky. He may be the last Time Guardian. Why has he recruited Biff, Chip, and the others? To travel through time, an open innocent mind is needed. Only children have this. The time web. The time web is like a computer. The hub is its hard drive. The cell provides the power, and the matrix is its keyboard. It projects a huge glowing web of millions of tiny branches like threads. If a Byron attacks somewhere, it'll be seen as a dark patch in the time web. Murlock has developed a program which is able to see into the past. It sends images from history to a plasma globe. These images are often clues that help their children on their mission. The end.